Hi LEGO fans, we've got another Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 set of review for you today. You might remember last week we reviewed the Milano Ship. That was the most expensive of the three new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 sets from LEGO. This is actually the cheapest of the three sets. This is in stores now and this is $19.99. Suitable for ages 6 to 12. This is set number 76079 with how many pieces, Megan?
197.
197 pieces, and this is the Ravager Attack. So this is, as I say, the smallest set, and comes with 3 minifigs. We're getting Taserface, Mantis, and Rocket Raccoon. This is the only set which we can get Rocket Raccoon in, so super excited to see that minifig. That's one we don't have yet. Also really interested in Mantis. She's a new character in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie. So what can we say about this? So the bad guy in this set is Taserface, and we can see Taserface in his M ship here. This looks well equipped. As you can see, we've got some stud firing guns on top of the ship and also some on the front here. What I'm really excited about as well is this 6 stud shooter that the Guardians of the Galaxy have built to fend off Taserface's attack. So let's flip this box over, see what we've got inside. So here's the back of the box, and this always gives us a good idea of what to expect inside the set. Now this is the smallest set of the three, so we don't have a huge amount of pieces in here, but at the $19.99 price ticket point, I think it's really nice that we're getting 3 minifigs. Really do like this 6 stud shooter here. That's a nice addition, and I've seen that a few times before, most recently in the Clayface Splat Attack set from LEGO Batman movie, and that actually came with 2 of these guys, and these are really impressive. They fire the studs a really long way. Other things you can see are we've got Rocket Raccoon there with his awesome gun, and we've got the ship here. So yeah, a lot of exciting elements to this set to show you today. Let's just take a quick look at this in a little bit more detail. So we've got this nice kind of comic book montage here showing us what to expect inside the set, and yeah, pretty much we can see, you know, from the pictures we've already looked at what we're going to get here. Looks like we're going to get a nice bubble on top of the cockpit for the ship, and we also get a comic book included. But from my recent review of the Milano, I'm not terribly excited by the comic book. They're a little bit disappointing. So let's get this open and see what we've got inside the box. Okay, so we've got a $19.99 set here. Let's see how many bags we're going to get inside this box. Okay, so first of all, we have the build manual. Should be just one of these. There we go. Yeah, quite a few pages in there. Don't anticipate this taking too long to build. And then we have the free comic book, which is honestly just disappointment. It's a real shame to call that a comic book, because it's not, and it's a bit of an insult to comic book fans. And then of course we get the obligatory sticker sheet. Yeah, not too many stickers in this set, which is nice. We don't particularly like stickered pieces, we like printed pieces. But let's see how many bags we're getting. Okay, cool. So we've got a nice straightforward 2-bag build today. I'd anticipate this is probably going to take us about 20 minutes to put together, but I'm going to condense that into a 30-second speed build for you. Let's see how it goes. And here's the finished set. As you can see, it consists of 3 basic play elements. You've got Taserface's M ship, you've got this tree here with some weaponry hastily constructed from the wreckage of the Milano, and then we've got the minifigs, and these are some awesome minifigs. We have Taserface, and we have Rocket Raccoon, and we also have Mantis, who's a new character in this particular movie. The little grey base plate wasn't part of the set. I just had to put that in because Rocket Raccoon is packing some serious firepower, and he will just fall over if I don't put him on something. So let's go ahead and take a look at each individual aspect of this build, and I'm going to start off first with the minifigs. First up, we've got everybody's favourite talking raccoon. This is Rocket Raccoon. He's one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's got these awesome guns here. We've got a little 3-element gun, or 4-element gun actually. We can see we've got a standard Lego gun with a lightsaber handle and a little kind of clip-on attachment here, and then we're using one of these angle brackets that you can use to attach things to the backs of minifigures. So that's really cool. I like the way they put that together. I'm just going to pop that to one side, and then we've got another smaller gun here, which is just a standard Lego gun piece with a stud on the end. So again, let's get that out of the way so we can have a look at Rocket Raccoon himself. He's got some really nice printing on the front there. You can see his space suit, and he's got these small legs because he's one of the tiny characters in the film. If we flip him over, he's got this adorable little tail, and that's actually from it's made out of quite a rubbery material. I don't know how this will hold up over the years, but that's quite nice. It's quite tactile and it fits in very well, and there's a little bit of printing on the back there as well. So let's take a look at his face. This is very nice, very faithful to a raccoon's appearance. And that is one whole, oh darn it, I've taken off his pants, so let's put those back on. There we go. So let's take off his head, and as you can see, this is all one piece. There's no traditional minifigure head inside of that. It's not a head piece, it's a whole thing, a molded piece with these kind of epaulets on there. And yeah, that is Rocket Raccoon. He's a really nice little minifig. He's only available in this set from the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 series, so you need to buy this to get Rocket Raccoon. This is Mantis, and she's a new character to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And Lego must have had a challenge here with these antennae, as you can see on top of her head. Now, Mantis is, I guess you could call her a telepath or an empath, but when she touches people, she can feel their feelings. And there's a really nice scene in the trailer where she does this, and yeah, it's really quite funny. I'll put a link to the trailer down below, so do be sure to check it out. She's got some really nice printing on the front here, some black gloves, and if we flip her over, we've got the same printing on the back there. Now I'm just going to pull off this hair piece, just so you can see how Lego have put this together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to see, like a lot of the modern minifigures, she has two expressions, kind of more relaxed and a more mean expression on the back there, and then we've got this very rubbery headpiece. Let's try and keep it in focus. There we go. And yeah, this is all made out of this kind of rubbery material, so actually it can be quite difficult to get the head out of here because it does want to stick to the Lego. But I think overall they've done a really good job with this. I really like Mantis and how she's turned out. And then we've got the bad guy. This is Taserface, and he's awesome. He's one of the Ravagers, and he's the bad guy who's attacking the Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's just turn him around here. As you can see, he comes with this massive bazooka style gun, which has a stud launcher on the end. Let's just do that. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear it firing off into the distance. There we go. I'll be crawling around afterwards trying to find that. Let's take this gun off, and we can get a better look at the minifig himself. And I really like that printing on the face. He's a kind of purple colour, and he looks formidable. We also have printing on the torso and on the pants down here, which is very cool. No printing on the side, and just a little bit of printing on the back there. Let's take a look at this hair piece. This is very nice, and this is made of a hard plastic. Simply sits on the stud on the top of his head. Just the one expression on his face, because otherwise you would see it poking out behind the hair, which wouldn't look very cool. And then you've also got this bearded piece which sits below the head. We can just see there that it's attached and held on just by the minifigure's head. So there we go. This is Taserface, and he's an awesome minifig. Really like him. So in the plot line to the movie, I believe the Milano crash lands on an alien world, and they have to hastily construct some weapons to protect themselves. So what we have here is a tree with some beautiful foliage and some hanging kind of ivy stuff here. And then we've also got a piece of the Milano. Just to prove that, as we click this back on, there we go. I've actually got the Milano here. Here's the Milano Ship, and as we pull her out of shot, you can actually see we've got this part of the ship here, which is replicated within this set, except this has got some battle damage, which I think, yes, it's a stickered piece. The other really cool thing we've got here is this 6-stud shooter with some gears on the end to make it easier to shoot. And as I mentioned before, I've seen this element before. This is part of Clayface from the Lego Batman movie series. And as you can see, we've got one of these in here as well. And these are really cool. I mean, these studs go everywhere, and my wife's going to be very upset because she's going to have to go and pick them up. But let's also take a look at this one. And you can see it's quite formidable. And to activate this, we simply, hope you're not wearing 3D goggles, guys. Simply turn like so. And thankfully Lego provide us with a few spares of the studs, but these will work with any little round 1x1 studs, and I think that's quite a nice little cool part to the play piece. And finally, here's Taserface's ship. This is the M ship, and this is quite a nice sturdy little build. Let's have a look underneath. We can see we've got some rocket engines here. At the front we have these little stud firers. I'll show you those in just one moment, and it holds together pretty well. Sometimes these things can be a little bit fragile. Really like the cockpit piece here. Let's lift that up and we can look inside the cockpit, and there is apparently space for a minifigure. There's also a really nice printed piece in there, which is good because we don't like stickers. And let's take a look, see if we can get the minifig inside. And somewhat pleasingly, we can get Taserface inside the cockpit of his mothership. Sometimes Lego try so hard, but you just can't get the minifigures in the vehicles, and this is a great example of how it should be done. Okay, yeah, it was a little bit fiddly to get him in there, but he's in and he fits really well. So let's grab a quick look at these stud firers, and oh, those work very well indeed. It's great fun. Yeah, Lego seems to really like putting these into the Guardians of the Galaxy sets, and also I noticed they use them a lot in the Batman movie sets also. And I just noticed I forgot to fire the ones on top, so yeah, we've actually got 4 of these stud firers on this little ship here. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Great fun. So here's another look at the completed set. This is set number 76079, Ravager Attack from Marvel Superheroes Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think Lego have done a great job with this little set. It's got the right balance of minifigures, it's got the right balance of weaponry, and a cool little spaceship as well. And I really like the minifigure choice. I think they've done a great job at bringing these characters from the movie to life. And this being the cheapest of the 3 sets, okay, yeah, it's $19.99, it's a fair chunk of change, but I think you're getting quite a lot here for the value compared to some other sets that I've seen. So I would recommend you go out and buy this, particularly if you're a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie. And as I said, that's out in movie theatres on May the 5th, and I will definitely be going to see that. Super excited to go and see Baby Groot on screen for the first time. So I want to thank you for joining us for this review video today. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoyed the speed build, and if you did, please hit the like button down below. That really helps us, and we have tons of other content on the site. We've reviewed the other 2 Marvel Superheroes Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 sets, and really love to share those with you. So thanks for joining us today. Please subscribe for more, and we'll see you on the next build video.